Okay, let's see if we can make this actually happen. I'm gonna tell the world that I'm live, and we're gonna go to the dashboard, and we get Nightbot and stuff running, and we'll see who's there. Oh, Paint Cannon's always the first one up. Hello. So yes, I'm gonna just bring up a little notice here. So what we are gonna do tonight is the Kerbal Space Program Tournament Challenge from PAX East. So this is going to be like a straight-on Kerbal Space Program challenge. I have to do it as quickly as possible, right? And I have a save file. I have not looked at the save file. I have looked at the rules. The rules basically are that I have to fly out with Jebediah, and I have to rescue these other Kerbals. He has forgotten 3 comrades on nearby planets. I'm not allowed to use the debug console, obviously. My first save is your only save. I'm not sure. What do they mean? I can't. If you kill Jeb and don't have a save where they are alive, you fall back to you lose. Okay, so I can quick save, but I can't mess around with save files. Okay, I must be taken as a pilot for this mission as the only one who knows where those companions are. That seems rather arbitrary. As soon as all 4 Kerbals are safely landed on Kerbin, I was going to stand up. Yeah, I'm not going to stand up, but I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible. If I have a question, raise my hand. I'm having a question. Is everybody down with this? Is this idea going to work? Hello, username Took and Epic Goku. And Iron Mike, who has the green text. I can't read it. Okay, so we get the idea. Are we all here? Are we all ready to go? So I'm going to quit to the main menu, and we're going to load this. Now, I'm only in T tonight because, well, you know, complicated things. Anyway, so let's resume saved. I'm not going to kill Jeb. Most certainly I'm not going to kill Jeb. The question is, will I be able to rescue him? So here we are. This is the save file. Okay, so somebody's going to have to be my timer on this, right? We're going to start this at 11 minutes past 9, PAX East, and we are ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I don't know what science is unlocked. I don't know where these people are. I don't know what kind of spacecraft I'm going to have. Okay, so let's take a look at the tracking station first. Tracking station, we have Patek Kerman orbiting Eve, Obster Kerman orbiting Moho, and Donkel Kerman, who is in a polar orbit around Duna. And I'm not going to fly any of those because I can't get them home. Hey, Master Shock, welcome from the East Bay. Okay, so I've got to build stuff. Now, what do I have? I have not very much science. I've just got some basic stuff down here. What science have I already unlocked? I have 1 science report sound. I recovered a vessel from orbit around Moho. You know what this means? This means that some person set up this save file by manually flying there. Yeah, I could have just save edited these into place. Okay, so I want to get more science because I think that what we've got is kind of crap. So I'm not going to be talking very much to people, pardon me, because I need to make this happen quickly. Time is of the essence. So I'm going to build a little science thing that's going to run up and grab all the science in all the places that I can get it. So we need science, and we need lots of it. 1, 2, 6 of these, right? Yo, let's get it straight. 6 science. And we're going to have mystery goo on the outside. And we're going to have transmitters to make sure. Transmitters are, of course, massless, so it doesn't really matter how many I put on. We're in science mode, so it doesn't matter how much money I spend because we don't have money. So I can load up on the massless parts all I like, and the world will be happy. There we go. That should be enough batteries. Hi, the Wire Lord. I'm sorry that I'm really... looking. Okay, so we have the stack decoupler here. Now some fuel tanks actually. 1, 2, 3. We don't have what do we not have? We don't have. This should get us suborbital, right? I think that should work. If we get anything else I'm missing, we could have landing legs. I think we're going to be fine here, right? I'm going to launch. This is the PAX East challenge. I'm trying to do it in real time because I didn't do it myself, so this seems like a fun idea. I have to basically, against the clock, unlock lots of things. So, observe mystery goo. I have to get to 3 Kerbals and rescue them. I'm going to keep that data. Do a crew report and transmit it. I'm going to do an EVA and EVA report and keep it, store it. So this is me trying to do this as quickly as possible. And yes, from here I can do a surface sample even though I'm standing on the rocket. Keep that. Get on board. Get on the love rocket. Join hands. Okay, so I'm going to launch and we're going to head over slightly eastwards. So I'm going to immediately crew report and transmit that while I'm flying. Observe materials bay, observe mystery goo. Just keep those. So we're trying to go all the way over this way. NROL, the National Reconnaissance Office, they have a... They basically build the spy satellites. Okay, so what's going on? Ads? You get ads going on? That's really interesting. I do have the option to actually run ads, but I'm not doing them at this time. So now that's got 2 science groups, right? So next we're going to go... next is high altitude. If I go over far enough, I might be able to get some low altitude science from grasslands. That's what I'm actually aiming for, because that would be useful. Let's try it now. Crew report. No, reset. I'm just going to go upwards here. Wow, this is burning out of fuel really fast. I wonder if this is going to get high enough. Crew report from grasslands. Yes, transmit. Okay, now I'm going to actually point my nose a little higher up because I think that's about as high as I can get on this. So the important thing is to get altitude. We're trying to rescue 3 astronauts. One is around Moho, Eve, and Duna. I have to unlock the science, build the rocket, get out there, and I got to do it in real time. Okay. Oh crap! Crap! Did not mean to do that. This is not good. This is not good. We're going to keep going up. We're going to keep going up here. Oh, this is not what I planned to do. Crew report. The reset. Crew report. We should be above high altitude soon. No, apparently not. Let's unlock this. Observe materials bay. And observe mystery goo. Keep data. Gotta get higher. I think I'm going to run out of fuel before I get to the altitude I'm supposed to be at. A crew report from the upper atmosphere. Great. I'm going to transmit that. Not that it matters. I completely messed this up. Not that I'm caring. I guess we're going to be over the Highlands soon, right? No, never mind. Yeah, I can't cut them or I can't land. I do need to bring Jebediah back alive. I could, of course, reset this mission. I thought this would go suborbital, but I guess I needed to make something bigger and more powerful. All the same, okay, that's us. We're flying through the air with the greatest of fleas. I'm not even going to reach orbit. I guess I made a minor miscalculation there. Normally that would I guess I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. So let's just time accelerate, because time acceleration will get me down. Uh-oh, this could be bad actually, because I'm going to come down over these mountains. Uh-oh. Okay, altitude again. So I can do a crew report from the mountains, transmit that data and save it. And keep going down. Hopefully this won't kill me. This could be a very, very sudden death event. I'm going to have to go back and put more rockets on that thing. Okay, so do I have observed materials bay? That's just while flying at Kerbal. Who cares about that? Crew report is already over the mountains. Reset that. You know what I could do, actually? It doesn't matter, actually, because I'll just get down to the surface. Looks like I do actually have a relatively flat surface to land on, except not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rotate the good science out of the way. Hey! What do you know? I actually survived. Okay, crew report. Excellent. Keep that data. Observe materials bay. And keep data. Observe mystery goo. Keep that. Keep that. And then he's going to go EVA. EVA report. And store data. Store the experiments. And then step down. Don't fall over. Don't fall over. Thank you. Get those. Get those. And get back on board. So we're trying to do this fast. Speed is important, right? Because there's all these other people at PAX that are doing it at the same time. Chuck Norris just turned 75 today. Did you know that? Okay, we get 163, but I think that may not be enough. I want to start heading up. Wait a second. So we don't need these, because what we're going to do is go this direction. So we need this. We definitely need struts. We definitely need fuel technology. And can I get that? That's definitely out of reach. I don't have enough. Okay, I gotta get to space. You know, that would have been a really good idea to unlock those better science. Doesn't matter. Close. Gonna have to redo this. I don't know how long they took at PAX. Okay, so actually I'm just gonna take this thing and add some radial decouplers. Yoo-hoo! Radial decouplers. So this will actually help me get going. Did maybe I forgot to do something. Maybe I forget to throttle at 100% or something. Let's go. Launch. Okay. So we're just going to go straight up and slightly over. 75. I know, Chuck Norris. It's amazing how people get older and whatever. Okay. Throttle to 100%. This will definitely get us to orbit. We don't know where it's going. The challenge is the PAX East challenge, right? Which is collect all the science, collect all the people, bring them back safely, and you have to use Jebediah the whole time. Doesn't matter what else happens, Jebediah is the only one that you can actually fly with, which means unlocking space probes, completely pointless. Okay. There we're going. Now this is going to fly me up. I think, yeah, never mind. It's called money. Okay, so actually I could probably time accelerate, right? Because, I mean, we're just going up. And my velocity is actually dropping, believe it or not. Okay, so we got... I guess I could still collect science for some of these and get extra. Yeah, use science, because you can collect science more than once in some of these regions. Okay, that's me going up. And altitude says 80 kilometers. So I want to cut the thrust just temporarily so we can get out and grab science. And... okay, keep that. Keep that. Oh, excellent. Okay, so EVA. EVA, get science. And jump back inside. Sweet. Okay, so what is my altitude? 122, so I need more thrust. But at least I won't have the parachutes holding me back this time. I really want to get to 200 and something kilometers now, so I should probably time accelerate. Now we're out of the atmosphere! Collect science. Observe materials bay. Observe goo. Keep data, keep data. And I'm going to do it twice, because I have extra ones that I can grab. Observe mystery goo. Okay, so although I'm collecting the science twice, that's fine. Keep data. Okay. No. Yeah. That was an interesting first look at Sirius, but we still don't know what the white spot is. It could be anything. Okay. I'm not gonna... I could get into orbit. I was not planning to get into orbit. That would just take time. Okay, so that's me. Go to EVA again, and do an EVA report while flying. Keep that data. Board the spacecraft. Actually, oh wait, I should have thought about this. What I might be able to get different multiple EVA reports here. That's just above the Highlands. Store data. Oh, he's already got it. Reset. So I can keep doing this while he's flying up. Although time is actually more important here, so I'm going to do 4 times time acceleration. EVA report. Come on. You should get higher. EVA. Oh, never mind. You know what? He's going to get back on board. I'm going to do this. And we're going to time accelerate until we're above 250. We're going to get more science. Observe. Observe. Keep. Keep. And now let's see. We have 2 pods here, so I can observe this. I can bring 2 from space. That's when we're going to get the maximum amount of science. And then we're going to do a crew report. Oh, I got to review this and transmit it. Transmit it. Now I'm going to do another crew report. Crew report. It's very round. Keep that data. Actually, review that report and transmit it as well. He can, while that's happening, EVA, collect another crew report. This is happening super, super fast, right? Keep data, board. And next we're going to do is we're coming down, and when we're on the way back down, we're going to EVA, and because I'm in orbit, I should have moved to a different biome. Yes! So keep data and board, and maybe I can get it over the water as well. Who knows? Let's do that. EVA once again. Oh, no, 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 no. You're falling back into the atmosphere. You do not jump off. I know you like the... oh, God, what the heck? Okay, thank you. EVA report. The grasslands, reset. Okay, watch this. We're going to be over the water any minute now. Any minute now. Come on. EVA report. I want to get that last bit of science from over the water in space. Because more science can be helpful. EVA report. Yes, shores. Keep data. Board. That's us. Okay, that's us. Now parachutes will be deployed. And we're going to fall down through the atmosphere. Yes. So we should... wow, look at that. Fire! 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 Yes. But I could probably build a rocket that would go out and save them without doing the whole science gathering. But I figured it's easier if I actually build myself a rocket that's a little more up to the task, let's say. Okay, just going to slow that down and do this. And also get a crew report over the water. Yes, transmit that before I forget. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting year for all that stuff. Okay, get down to the water as quickly as you can. Time is of the essence. Wow, that is just going to confuse the encoding system. Video encoders do not like multiple layers. There should be a biome. You are currently on fire. That is in the sun, right? Okay. So, crew report, transmit, and observe materials, observe mystery goo, keep, and now you can EVA him, and you can do the crew report over here. Keep data, store experiments, and look at this. He can walk down. Can he? Yes, he can take a surface sample and an EVA report, and then board, and that should be enough science. This is all the science we need to get us to our destination, and the destination is Duna, Moho, and Eve. Well, planetary alignment. Yeah, we want the correct alignment for all this. Okay, so we're building big spaceships. We already have radial decouplers in one of these, so we don't need to unlock that one, right? I guess if I go this way, I can get the Rockomax. That might be pretty good. I'm just wondering. I'm trying to remember what goes this way. Rockomax might be the way to go, actually, but it also gives me the LFB. Ooh, if I research this, actually, you know, if I research this, wait a second, I can't do both of these, and I can't do that one, but I could do this one. Aerodynamics and advanced construction aren't going to help me here. They do give me the large decoupler, though, which might be worth it. Might be worth it. I might need those. I'm just trying to think what else. Don't really need solar power, although it'd be nice. We don't have any landing legs or anything here. Lights aren't that useful since I can just slap on as many many things as possible. Okay, so I think getting the large decoupler is going to be the way to go here because it actually gives me a stronger spacecraft. Okay, and yeah, if I had a bit more, then there's stuff out this way. Okay, that's me. I think I've got everything. Yeah, I don't need that. Close. Let's try building a rocket. Let's try building a really big rocket. Let's try building a rocket that will be awesome. Okay, so new. So we need to have 4 crew. We've only got 1 capsule. So I'm not going to start by building the capsule. I'm actually going to build this. And then we're going to build 4 around it. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? Brilliant. Okay, and then of course these go on top. So that will be my crew capsule final like return vehicle, which means we need parachutes, lots of parachutes, as many parachutes as I can fit. Now on top of this we're gonna need the liquid fuel engine, I guess. Okay. And since we're going to be flying around and we need power on these, I'm going to fit a ton of these on the side. Alright. These will power my spacecraft through its long journey. I haven't unlocked solar panels, so this will accommodate. And of course, because these things are sitting out to the side, I need to use fuel lines. Fuel lines to feed the fuel into the middle. And I guess I could put an extra parachute on there just in case. I think actually this is going to be absolutely fine. Yeah, exactly. Pluto, there's many reasons why Pluto is a dwarf planet, right? Why Pluto has been redesignated. I mean, seriously, people get too hung up on this. Okay, could I put a jumbo tank on? Oh, this is where it'd be great to have the skipper. I am kind of paying attention to chat. Okay, so we have the mainsail. I don't really need the mainsail. This is going to be my upper stage in space. We're going to use these. They're not quite as efficient as I would like, but I can do that. Oh, wait. How efficient is this? This might actually be the way to go for my lower stages. Okay, I'm going to use that, and around this I guess I'm going to have a couple of drop tanks as well, just for good measure. I guess it'd be actually nice to have some of the smaller ones. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this will do most of my navigating in space. This should have plenty of deltaV. Anybody want to actually calculate the deltaV from on this? I'm just going to do it in my head and hope that I have enough deltaV to visit all the targets. Really, the main trick is not to waste deltaV on things that are going to ruin our spacecraft. Okay, no, here we go. Here we go. This. I need struts. I unlocked these struts for a reason, and I'm going to use them. Strut. Strut my funky stuff. Yes. You guys are all having fun talking about Curiosity and Mars and stuff, right? deltaV, lots, but not enough. You don't think I have enough? I think what I might do, actually... you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, with all that fuel, this might actually be more efficient to have a bunch of these. So these are actually more efficient, right? Okay, so that'll be my main chassis for flight, and now I need to build like a launch stage underneath this. Right? I suspect this thing might just explode on me, honestly. Ah, darn. Oops. Let's hide that. That's just my raid array. You don't want this. I would not go on a one-way trip to Mars because, you know what? I like my family. Okay. There we go. That's the way to do it, right? Okay. So we should do like 6 of these. This is gonna be stunning. Stunning, I tell you. People will just be bowled over by how powerful this thing is. might not be the best way. These things might explode. Maybe I should rotate them. Hold on. Like that. So that they don't crash into... Oh dear, no, that's not going to work. That last thing I want is for my main ship to explode. Maybe I should just have a mainsail up the middle here and have these around. Okay. Gotta make these a little... Oh, you know what? Wait a second. This is, of course, 0.90. I can do cheat hacks on this. Okay. I'm forgetting that I'm not working in the olden days. So what I can do here, right? Stick this on, right? See how those are all super close together? Well, guess what? We have a translation tool. We can grab this and we just go, no, maybe move further out. Yeah, maybe not. And then can I grab this and move it further out? Aha! Totally legit, right? Totally legit. That is totally going to work. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get into orbit without blowing the thing up. Okay, so these things have to feed fuel into the middle. So I'm going to go here, into here. And we need. Yeah, I was worried about clearances, but this is totally going to work. And the only thing I have to be careful about is when I ditch them, I have to make sure that I don't throttle out too hard and too fast. Okay, so those are going to feed fuel in. These are going to be strutted. And then I'll put some struts underneath because this is going to be like really dangerous. No, it doesn't want to connect to this. Come on. There. Does that look like it's connected? No, it's not. Ah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's stick some struts in here. Okay. That might hold it together. Really, it doesn't matter too much because these aren't going to be around for too long. And we're only going to use this to get into orbit. You know what I could also do is attach some boosters outside of this thing as well, right? This is totally gonna fly like a dream. Oh, I haven't got the biggest ones. I've only got the mediocre ones. I'm wondering whether I should have gone with the skipper instead, right? Okay. This. Okay, so we have these. We're gonna fire engines, fire. Okay, and then after that, the next stage has these engines here. Okay, so that's a separate one. This thing has to fire first. Okay, and make sure these fire. These fire in sequence, then these fire in sequence. Then those fire, we ditch those. And then finally we fire that and we ditch that. Okay, I think we might have enough deltaV. I think we might have everything we need. So I'm just going to attach those there. Okay, who thinks this is going to work? Are we ready? Oh, none of the seats are accrued because Jebediah's not in it. There you go. Launch. Let's see if this actually works. Okay. Wait till you see. I think this whole thing is going to fall apart. I might need some struts in the midsection. Did I forget to strut the midsection? Yeah, you know, no struts there. That's absolutely right. Oh, dear, dear. Okay. Okay. So... Gonna make sure I strut this midsection. That would be rather more flexible than I usually am. Oh, shoot. I meant to do 4 of those. Let's do that again. Strut. Strut. Okay, that's gonna work. Why? This is very confused. Okay, well, I'll do another one. Strut. It decided to change to 6-way symmetry. I don't care as long as I'm getting struts. Okay, now from underneath we're doing this to this. Hey, no, I didn't do that. What the heck? This is totally a Minmatar rocket. It will lead its tribe to newer heights of glory and everything, right? Okay, that's us ready to go for sure, right? Yeah, I'm sorry I brought in Nightbot because everybody told me to bring in Nightbot. So you live with what you have, you know, you reap what you have sown and all that. Okay, what do you think? It's gonna explode? Oh, shoot. Ah, darn. Okay, never mind. Revert to launch. Let's do this again. Space! No, we're not going to space just yet. Okay, are we gonna? I'm gonna cut the volume just a bit, because apparently that's really loud. And go! Yes! And we are moving. We are moving, and in fact, we're moving in the right direction. Sweet. Engine test successful. Is anybody going to pay attention to the engine test tomorrow? Staging is stunning in this case. I don't know. Let's do that. Okay. I think this is actually going pretty good. I'm wondering if this will destroy the section. It'll destroy when they bump off each other, right? Hello, Master Shock. Eve is the most libertarian game out there, just so you know. I always find it amusing when libertarians complain about Eve being hard. Excellent! We made our first stage successfully. Now I can actually throttle back a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my gravity turn. Oh wait, start my gravity turn in the correct direction. Okay. And look at it, just long enough to for the sun to basically get ready to set. There we go. This is totally working. You know, one thing I've realized though is... Okay, I'm gonna start throttling up again. Now that we're getting high. Now, this is actually really loud in my ears, pardon me here. I'm hoping that the volume isn't too much. Okay, so what's gonna happen... Okay, so we stage... And this engine, apparently, never fired. So I'm gonna move out very slowly. Ease her out of there. Surrounded by her friends. Okay, now we're ready to go. Okay, that's what happens. You've got to be careful sometimes when you're staging. Okay, this is actually throttling too much. Why is that flipping over that way? I'm trying to turn this way. Yeah, I'm going full over on the yaw and it is not working. Okay, this is not going the way I expected. Still, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I think I need to put a mainsail on there so I have control. Okay, revert flight to vehicle assembly. Oh! You see, everybody else is racing ahead because they have better designs than me, right? Okay, so get in there. Take this off. We're going to put in, whatchamacallit, one of these. Pardon me. In there. And then we'll stick a mainsail on. Because the mainsail should at least have thrust vectoring. And thrust vectoring will help us. Here's another thing sitting up here. Okay. Pardon me. There's all these windows. Whenever I click outside the window, we lose things. Okay. So I need to probably put the struts back in. Okay, what time is it now? So I've been going for about about half an hour now. Okay. Okay, there, and there. No, I didn't mean to connect to that. I meant that to that. Okay, there we go. Staging again. And my mainsail should actually be down here. And these little ones, hold on, these ones and that one should actually be there. See, I got my staging a little confused. That's my problem. Okay, We're ready to go one more time. Does anybody know how fast the fastest person at PAX East did? Like, because I've obviously got a whole bunch of flying ahead of me right now. I don't have RCS enabled at this point. The cost of this craft is uncertain, and it doesn't really matter because it's science mode. Okay, now we're once again flying as the sun sets. Ooh, this is actually moving a little faster now. Well, once again, facing the wrong way. And I'm actually gonna throttle this back a bit before the engine explodes. It's good to hear that the Moo is working on overheat, the heating in the game. If you look at the latest Kerbal dev team blog, they talk about overheating and how it's improved in the new release. Okay, about to burn out of solid fuel here, and we'll be able to ditch this. Okay. Excellent, we survived. Now, just gonna keep that throttle around there. Hopefully we'll actually get a little higher and faster before I burn out of fuel. Okay, now we're really picking up some speed here. And that's good, we're picking it up at roughly the right altitudes. Things are definitely vastly improved over what we had last time. It's going to be really interesting propelling this like stage here on that tiny little engine for most of the game, to be honest. If I can get away with it, I'll just use those little ones. But that one will actually recharge my batteries, which might make a big difference. Okay, so I'm going to ditch this and then throttle out of it. I just want to throttle out ever so slowly, because these things scraping along the side can cause destruction, right? Yes! Now we go to full throttle. And I have control. I actually have control of this thing. Excellent. Except that my surface velocity is actually dropping. I might have a bit too much mass here on this thing. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. I should probably add in these little engines then for fun. This is what happens when you're developing by guesswork. Yeah, this isn't even going to make it into orbit! Oh man. This is not. Okay. Yeah, see, this is just coming down very slowly, and it's not picking up velocity. I mean, it might make it into orbit, but I don't think it'll have enough speed. Problem is, I've got these giant tanks on it. You know, maybe I should just have, like... Maybe I should stretch those other tanks. That might actually work. Why not? Okay. Yeah, like, okay. We gotta revert to vehicle assembly. Oh, wasting time. My opinion on space engineers is that I think it really needs like a mode where you know, there's more exploration and stuff going on. I think it needs like like an exploration mode. Nah, I don't think asparagus staging is going to help because we don't have enough thrust to weight here. Now, unfortunately, all my delicately constructed constructed strutting and everything will have to be rebuilt if I change this. So, I guess what I could do, here's a fun idea, is I could just strap these extra things on the side. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. In fact, I don't even need decouplers. I'm just going to strap extra fuel tanks on the side here, like this. And that will mean those ones will burn longer. So again, extra fuel from here. So it might take off a little slower, but those engines will burn longer. Okay, save and launch. Yeah, I think that was the thing when I played StarMade. That was the thing I really liked, was exploring and finding the planets and finding stuff on them. And Space Engineers is great. I mean, like, the mechanics in that game are really, really good. You know, they've really got the ship design down. But it just feels very like that's all there is to do is design the ships, and I kind of get bored of just designing spacecraft. I like to have fun things to do. You know, that's just me. I'm not the greatest player by any means, right? I'm not going to make the top stage smaller. The top stage needs to carry me to 3 different planets and perform rendezvous. This is the thing. Moho, I should probably think about my order of execution here, actually. Should I go to Eve or Duna or Moho first? Now, I think, in my humble opinion, I think the best option will be to go, like, to Duna first. Okay, there's those. And we're still accelerating. Still accelerating. Our engine isn't quite overheating, which is a good sign as well. So these engines are... See, I could have ditched those if I had them mounted in the right place, but that would involve messing around with my strutting. Okay, so that's us doing pretty well. Oh, listen to that engine. I think we'll go to Duna first, and then we'll go to Moho. And the reason is, when we go to Moho, we're going to have to perform like quite a big inclination change, and it'll be better to do that out at Duna when we're going slowly. Then, when we're coming back, we're going to have to kill that inclination change, so we can kill that inclination change at Eve, right? Okay, this is us doing a whole lot better, and I'm actually starting to turn this thing over. I should have turned this thing over a lot faster. Listen to those engines just firing like crazy, powerful firing engine things. Okay, yeah, we're doing pretty well. Okay, I'm gonna just keep this high attitude because the steeper my ascent, the more time I'm gonna have to make sure I get up to orbital velocity. Okay. And then just move away very... Oh yes, now it works. Excellent! What a beautiful separation. Okay, so now just gonna follow this out, and I think this should be enough to get me into orbit. So I gotta look at this. 1 minute 52. So the trick is, if this number starts going down, then it's a bad sign, okay? Okay, it's going down, but if it goes down really quickly, then I'm in trouble, right? But right now, I think we're doing fine. We've got quite a lot of fuel in this. I'm going to go bring up my little overview there. With speed while under a hut in the multiplayer, we'll have... Yeah. Okay, we're still doing well. And my velocity is starting to rise again. I'm accelerating at about half a G. So half a G in 100 seconds will get me up to about 1600. The beautiful thing is 1600 meters per second is just as about the point where you're getting about, you're weighing about half as much. How do I manage safe re-entries with deadly re-entry? A lot of it, do you have Ferrum Aerospace installed? Because Ferrum Aerospace actually makes a big difference. It lets you adjust your trajectory, and being able to adjust your trajectory really, really helps, because it means you can pick the parts of the atmosphere. You can stop yourself falling down as quickly by using aerodynamic lift from these bodies. Okay, I think we're actually doing a pretty good job. I think we're definitely starting to do a good... You know what? I'm going to bring these engines in because I think... Why not? Let's start these engines firing. Just, why not? Well, I didn't tweak FAR. I did tweak deadly re-entry early on because the default settings for DRE were actually way too aggressive in my mind. So, okay. Now... God, I can't even get my massive rocket into orbit. This is just bad. No, it's not that it's too steep an angle, because I need this extra time to get into orbit with this giant ship. That's the problem. I need the extra time to get there. Okay, this engine is about to go out. Okay. Oh, no, we still gotta have that happening. I'm just gonna ditch this stage, but you know what? The problem is, I'm not accelerating quickly enough. And probably... I just need more stuff on that launch stage. Well, I guess I could find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how quickly this goes if it gets anywhere near orbit in the time that I have. It is at least starting to accelerate a little faster. And you know, real spacecraft will typically... you'll typically end up falling back down because that actually makes for a more efficient launch trajectory, believe it or not. Okay, unfortunately we're flying away from the sun here. But at least we have tons of fuel. Okay, 1500, 1600 meters per second. We're starting to make a real difference in how this thing is flying, so I'm just going to hold this attitude now. Oh, it's starting to move a little. I hope this thing is not as loaded symmetrically. Okay. Yeah, actually I think we're going to get into orbit. I wasn't sure, but this is definitely going to get itself into orbit. What do you mean, what am I doing playing video games this late? I'm trying to entertain you guys because I haven't had a chance to do this really. Okay, look. Getting into orbit. And we're almost there. In fact, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue... Okay, there. I'm going to just continue burning here. Actually, that's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to run an extra orbit here. Where is Duna? Duna is ahead of me. Actually, Eve is in practically the right position. I could go for it first. Okay, yeah, we should go for Eve first. Okay, so add maneuver. And then this is where it gets hard, because we want to get our maneuver down there, get it back there. Oh, but you know what? Oh, wait. No, we want to go to Duna first, because we have to go to Duna and then use its low velocity correction to get into Moho, right? So that's what we need. So I'm going to put this off towards Duna. And it will be in the wrong position, but it will then perform an extra loop. Set as target. And that's actually pretty close to the descending node, so yeah, that seems like a good message for me. Okay, so one orbit, and it's going to be a 5-minute burn. Oh my god. Whew. You're going to play some DCS, huh? What aircraft do you have for DCS? I have the P-51 Mustang, because nobody else would ever fly that in any networked air combat, because everything else is so much better than it. Why would you fly a World War II fighter against, you know, jet planes and everything? Because I can. Okay, we're getting close. 4, 3, 2, and come on. Excellent. Okay, we're there. Start burning. I'm just going to ask him to hold the maneuver for me. It does point a little down. Is it the P-51? I don't know. What is it? P-47? I forget. I just bought the old one because I like the idea of old propeller-powered planes. Okay. So hoping that this won't actually enter the atmosphere. I'm pretty high up. So now I should actually select time acceleration, and this will hopefully put me out on a trajectory which will intersect Duna but won't actually arrive there at the right time. So, and now for Duna I'm going to have to be pretty low down, like 18 kilometers I think for aero capture, or less. But I'll need to figure that out when I get there. And of course, I can use quick saves. It's okay to allow me to use quick saves. Okay, 500 meters per second. And we're going to start breaking orbit soon. Good night, Shujin Tribble. Fly safe, sir. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're still going. 1 minute. Time is running down. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now I'm going to slow the timer and get ready to press X at the appropriate time. Actually, I'm going to do this. And when it gets there, I'm just going to press X. It's going to show me at least a marker to show how close I am. And... nope. Bingo. Okay, I'm just going to stop there. That's where my descending node is. Let's kill this. Oh, okay, so it does have a close approach now. Okay, great. So, let's get out there into deep space at last. So I can actually disable this engine for now, I guess, right? I can shut this down. How much fuel do I have in these? Plenty of fuel, plenty of fuel. Okay. I may not have as much fuel as I would like, but we're going to go and we're going to do this. We're going to try and get there. Launch the rockets! Have a nap then, launch the rockets. What is this all about? You're enjoying Twitch on a Chromecast. I see. Okay, British... so you're talking about War Thunder there with the various trees. I like American trees. Oh yeah, I totally get what you're talking about, the maneuver setting. Yeah, I have to do it manually. Okay, so this is me, and that's it there. So what I need to do is make an adjustment out here near the descending nodes so that we actually encounter Duna at roughly the right time. The mission is we're trying to rescue 3 Kerbals here. Okay, so I'm going to slow down to like 10 times speed, and then I'm going to put in a maneuver node here, and actually we're going to accelerate a little, and hopefully, see, that moves my nodes together, and hopefully we can actually get an encounter. So we're adding, this is just the fast way of doing this, because we're trying to do this with the clock. There we go, bingo. Okay, so that is my next maneuver, and it is in, it's 1 minute maneuver in 26, whatever. Okay, so we're going to do this, and we're getting pretty close. I don't know, I've heard everybody that plays War Thunder uses mouse instead because it's so much more easy. Okay, I've totally shot through it. It doesn't actually matter that much, because we just need to make the approximate burn. Okay, so for efficiency's sake, I'm going to shut down this engine and just use these little engines. It'll take longer, but that's okay. I have my X52 Pro here that I use for Elite, Star Citizen, and other things. It's rather strange using an X52 Pro for Rise of Flight with its World War I aircraft. Okay. So now I'm only going to use these little engines for now because they're much more efficient, right? And in fact, you know what I could probably do is ditch some of these tanks now I think about it. I'm going to do that before I get to the next stage. That would be a really good idea. Because that's extra mass that I don't really need. So I can fake asparagus stage this thing. Okay. 4 times acceleration. I've just seen people writing their names in the sky with bullets. I'm just not a fan of games that are all about microtransactions, so I generally just don't have the time to grind them. And that's why I don't play War Thunder. I've got War Thunder in the PlayStation 4 as well, and I never played it there, but it was like, oh, it's free, I'll download it. Never played it. And it's not because it's bad, it's just like I just don't have the time to grind a lot of these games. I'm sure I would love it. Okay, I'm going to switch to this. I'm going to slow the time down. Come out. We're still firing. And get ready to cancel my thrust. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... and cut! Excellent. Okay, we got our encounter. We have an encounter with Duna. But before then, what I'm going to do is transfer fuel out of one tank into the other. Right, we're going to balance this, and then we're going to jettison this tank. Decouple, so we're going to ditch a bit of mass here, right? Out. So we're moving the thing onto those. Okay, off you go. Decouple. Bye-bye. Now we're off to time accelerate. We have an orbit around Duna that we must achieve. I wonder how close the orbit is. 12,000 kilometers. I should probably make a point to adjust that once I get a little bit closer. When will I go back to take on Mars? That's a good question. The Expedition 1 stuff just seems a little weird and buggy, and I haven't quite enjoyed it. And then they managed to break my other game. So I guess I need to take a look at it and see if they've fixed some of that. Yeah, if you install the software for the stick, it seems at first to break things. I thought it broke things, but then actually it let me have the control to fix things, so it wasn't so bad after all that. Okay, come on. 8 kilometers per second. This is time that everybody else is doing their mission. So we're getting pretty close though, right? Okay, people are saying quick save. I'm gonna quick save from. I'm not sure I've done well enough. I'm not sure I have enough fuel to start with, but regardless, we'll keep going. Okay, so I want to do a roundabout here, but the problem is it wants to give me a maneuver node on the purple orbit, which is a post-encounter orbit, rather than the pre-encounter orbit. The pre-encounter orbit is where the action is at. Yeah, I really like Take on Mars in a lot of ways, but I just can't get my head around what people do in Expedition 1. I found it kind of, meh. I preferred the space probe side of things, but I guess there's probably people that like the other stuff, so I probably, can't argue too much. Okay, so we're gonna try and bring this down. I need to be able to see this. Okay, and now I've got 2 of these things. It's very hard. 6,000, 5,000. Oh, and that's that, so I'm gonna try going forwards. Oh, no, try going backwards. What we're trying to do is find the best location to encounter here. Oh yes, look at that. Getting my encounter distance down. Oh, and what does it say? It's hard to tell. Is that? Oh, you know what that is? That is an icon counter, I'll bet you. That is an icon counter that I'm getting there. And I can't read the number, damn it. I can't read the number. Duna Periaps is going up now. I can't read these numbers. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna get it as close as I can. And Ike unfortunately ends up there. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there, and then when I get in really close, I'll make the final correction. Okay, so 15 meters per second in 3 hours. So again, do a little bit of time warp to get into that. I have Andy Weir's book, The Martian, sitting next to my bed for everyone that keeps asking me that question. Yes. Seems, seems fun. Okay, 3, 2... Okay, that's close enough. That's close enough. Right, come on, we need to make some maneuvering. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I always figured it was a small team. I mean, I never... I'm not sure the direction they went with the Expedition 1 was the thing that I really wanted. All the same, I do mean to go back to it and, try to make the best of it. I just keep on finding that my game is in some weird broken state, and I'm not sure if they've... the last time I looked, I was just in serious problems. Okay, ready? 3, 2, stop. Okay, excellent, excellent. I like this. It says SAS disengaged, has no pilots aboard and no operational whatever. Hell no, it has Jebediah Kerman on board. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, let's continue our close approach. I would love to collab with NerdCube. The problem, I think, is that we're on completely different schedules. Like, literally, I'm awake when he's asleep and vice versa. Or I'm at work when he's awake. I don't know how to arrange these things anyway. Because I just don't have a consistent schedule, and it is unfortunate. Okay, let's do another maneuver to adjust our close approach here. So 1661, no, that's going to go below, going to go up, through, yeah, so that's getting closer. I wish it was easier for me to read both these numbers. This is a problem that I have. Okay, come back. I think it says 296 or something. 296, okay. Let's try this. That's going to increase it. It's going to decrease it. We got to get super, super close to this thing. Okay, that's it decreasing again. And that's going over there. It's going over there. Okay, that's as close as we need to get right now. 55 kilometers. Okay, so... Okay, that's very odd that it doesn't give me control. Oh, there it does now. That's my problem. Okay, 4 hours to the node. Again, you want to do well. My problem is that I can't arrange any schedules, and during a live stream is not the time to arrange to actually play an online game, because if you play an online game during a live stream, you generally have crap network performance because you're streaming at the same time. So I've just given up on trying to play games with people. That's really what it is. No, I love Grand Theft Auto. I am often fond of saying that I'm fond of reminding people that Grand Theft Auto is a Scottish game, right? Grand Theft Auto is one of the biggest Scottish cultural exports. You know, many people do not realize this, but Grand Theft Auto is from a Scottish company and has many Scottish developers working on it. I mean, it's my sense of humor, especially San Andreas. San Andreas nailed San Francisco in many ways. Okay, now we're going in. We're going in full throttle. Okay, here we go. So now we come in, I'm going to have to get a rendezvous. Okay, so that's 1 hour I've wasted on this. Man! Okay, so what is the status? I'm going to zoom in on this. Okay, so, wow, I'm coming in at almost the worst possible angle. Right, literally at 90 degrees to this. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a capture here into a really highly eccentric orbit, and then I'm going to perform the plane change. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so... I need to add the maneuver, just do that, and then point it at the maneuver node, let time run. San Andreas was modeled after 3 cities. It was modeled after San Andreas is LA, and then there was, what is it? There was another one that was supposed to be San Francisco, and then Los Santos. Los Santos is LA, San Andreas is San Francisco, and Las Venturas is Las Vegas. So there, San Andreas it refers to the state supposedly. Okay, so we're bringing my altitude down. Okay, I'm gonna F5 this here actually, because if I mess this up, I don't want to be too screwed up. Okay, 18 kilometers I think is what I'm going for. Ready? Okay, 16 kilometers. That'll do just fine. Famous last words, right? How do I do it and still have a job? I guess I manage. I'm not like an expert at any of these games. I happen to have several degrees in astronomy before I started doing a Kerbal space program. Oh, was it San Fierro maybe? I don't know. You know, I'm not very good at getting in touch with people. That's the thing. People get in touch with me, and I'm always happy to have people get in touch with me, but I'm far too timid to actually get in touch with anybody, like, anywhere. Okay, let's see how this works. Wow, look at that, flying over the poles here, slowing down. Hopefully this will actually help capture a little. Come on. I'm actually worried, kind of worried, that... Okay, so you know what? I'm going to do retrograde, get myself lined up for retrograde deceleration. Want to make sure that I get captured into this orbit. Okay, so now I'm going to fire up those thrusters just a little. Okay. Fire the thrusters! Not slowing me down sufficiently. I'm going far too fast, I guess, for this encounter here. Gotta slow it down as quickly as possible. Ah, there we go. Look, we're gonna get captured. And then what we're gonna be in is in a highly eccentric orbit, and hopefully there'll be an ascending or descending node to which crosses very close to this orbit. That's the thing. Yeah, Nerdcube. I kind of like Nerdcube simply because he's stupid. You know, he has a fun sense of humor and does silly things, and he does actually have some knowledge of physics and stuff like that, which is, you know, makes him not entirely terrible compared to some people that play games. Okay, so now set as target. Okay, so there is where I need to make my plane change maneuver. And I'll do this. I cannot warp faster than 100 times, so I'm going to go all the way out. No, this is deliberately. I deliberately chose this orbit. I've chose this orbit because it allows a highly eccentric... allows me to adjust... Oh, there. Okay, there. So now, did anyone see what way he was moving? Was he moving up or down? Oh, he's moving up. Okay, so I need to push this down to come under the thing. So I think the place I need to be is over this way. No, that's the wrong way. No, I need to push my opposite one. Opposite. I need this one. Anti-normal. Whew. My name is ScissorZig because I needed to pick a username that nobody else had at some point. Okay. No, I could totally work with Dan. We are more similar than you would think, right? Here's the thing: we are more similar than you think. Let's try this. Okay, and there we go. That's us in the right place. Now, gonna start firing my engines. And because I'm only moving 168 meters per second, I can very neatly change my orbit using the least amount of fuel. Had I tried to adjust that during some other encounter, I would have needed a lot more deltaV here, right? That's why. Yeah, you know, whatever. Like, not drinking beer has never been a problem. Okay, so... just want to... You see my ascending node is decreasing very quickly. And at some point, we're going to do this. And not drinking beer, never been a problem. Oh. Some of you guys. Okay, I'm going to move until I'm slightly past it this time. The reason being that I want it to go in the opposite direction. Okay, there we go. We're going to make some more changes here. There we go. 13 degrees. So I can watch the angle decrease here. No, but when you're doing a plane change maneuver, you want to do a plane change maneuver at the lowest possible speed, because the amount of energy required to make a plane change maneuver is proportional to the speed. Okay, that is pretty good. So now my periaps is 29 kilometers. So what I should do is point myself retrograde again, time accelerate. Okay, actually radial, that's what I need to do, is point this radial. KSP is the reason why you wanted to take a physics class. Well, I hope it worked for you. Okay, ready? Very slightly. Oh, apparently. Oh, anti-radial. Yes. Shush. Getting this wrong again. You got to point radial if you want to bring your periaps down. Once again, I want to bring my periaps down to about 18 kilometers, right? Right. So here we go. 29, 28, 27. Don't want to get it too low. It goes as the cosine of the... never mind. Okay, that's us. And retrograde and time accelerate down. So now when we're super low, we're going to adjust our orbit and make sure we actually get into an encounter trajectory. Okay. Come on. And for some reason this should be pointing retrograde, but it's not. Why are you not pointing retrograde, sir? We need you to slow down. We need as much retrograde as you can give us. Okay, that's not going to work. But this thing will be bringing down the orbit just a little. Come on. You want to work as an engineer at NASA, I see. 0.1. And fire these thrusters. Because we're going to be using that air to slow down, but we don't want to waste... Yeah, Jebediah has forgotten how to retrograde. This is a bit of an issue here. He's just oscillating all over the place here. We just need to do this quickly, so I don't care that I'm, you know, burning fuel. I think I'm going to be okay in terms of fuel, but I haven't... Moho is going to be the hard one. That's going to require the most deltaV to get there. Okay. So I'm going to bring this down. Now I could possibly use his pack to actually, you know, put him into a higher orbit and perhaps save a little bit of deltaV. But I think honestly, I'm just going to do this. Okay. We're still near periaps right now. And we're now through periaps. We're doing pretty well there. Okay. This is looking like a pretty cool design here, isn't it? Okay, I think that is where I'm gonna leave this. Time accelerate through there. Oh yeah, calculating solids of rotation in calculus. I remember that. And use solids of rotation when I was doing computer graphics. When in Poveri, right? I designed all sorts of interesting things using solids of rotation. Okay. 38, 39. My favorite place to go in KSP is... I like Lathe always because it's got a great view and because you can fly planes there. And because there's very, very small places to land. Okay, I think I can start time accelerating out. Okay. Now we're gonna need prograde because we gotta bring it into an encounter. And bingo! Prograde. Infinite series are actually useful in calculating, numerically modeling the gravity, you know, things that move under gravity. Okay, there we're going to burn the other way. And I should use time acceleration during burns because I'm trying to make things happen quickly. So what I'm looking for is an osculating encounter, ideally. Not one where the change actually, maybe that would work. You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to burn again and keep going. Because what I want is my orbit just to touch this one, right? And I want to do it preferably... Okay, that's actually pretty good. So I'm bringing this up. Come on, come on, come on. Getting nice and close here. X. Okay, so now what we're going to do is zip around to this spot and burn retrograde. Aha! Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're gonna be lined up because this encounter is actually pretty close. So if I get this right, I'm just working with time acceleration to try and maximize my thing. There we go. There, we got that lined up. And slowing down brings me intersect off. Come on, come on. 30, 20, 19, 10. Hey, they are 3 kilometers. Okay. So I might actually be able to perform that capture with the jetpack alone, right? So what we're gonna do, yeah, wait a second. So I'm coming down and I'm gonna be moving at about 600 meters per second. There should be enough deltaV in this, right? So I'm gonna save, switch to him, and he is gonna use his deltaV in his pack, right, to actually get there. So important thing is that that needs to be the target, and then when we come up, I'm gonna come along here. We're approaching each other at great speed, and then I'll come out in front of him, and then at some point, okay, how long have we got? 10 minutes, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, there we go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And there he is down there, moving in towards me at about 100 meters per second. So, I wonder, can I switch a viewpoint here to something sane? No, that's not. Okay. Reaction control system. Ah, there. So I can, he's coming towards me, and I'll slow that down just a bit. Right, so look at this. By thrusting, I'm making my, oh, well, by thrusting, I'm going to make my orbit bigger. So I'm just going to time accelerate a touch, let it get within about 10 kilometers, and start making adjustments, right? Okay, so I've got to burn this way a bit, and then time accelerate. Ah, there you see. So now downwards and sideways. There, let's see what happens. Still moving sideways. And still moving downwards. Okay, let's try that again. Ah, you see, I've corrected for that displacement. Okay, now gotta burn this way, burn backwards, because I'm trying to slow my approach speed a bit. There we go. Up and back, and that way. No, wait, that way. That way is what we want. Now it's actually, now you can actually see him moving towards me. All right. This is where it would be very nice to have like a first person view in this, right? Okay, there we go. I gotta slow down. .3, 1.2. Okay, you can see the velocity I'm approaching at is actually quite manageable now. I just have to be careful I don't crash into the spacecraft. So I'm slowing down by firing my thrusters backwards. So the point is here, I'm saving my fuel in my spacecraft by using the fuel in the jetpack. Although I am taking longer to do this, I'm hoping that I won't run out of time doing this. Maybe I had to, I don't know what the time limit at PAX was. Okay, come on. Now we're approaching. Oh, look at it. Look at it go. Look at it go. How am I doing for EVA fuel? Oh, loads of fuel. Loads of fuel here. Okay, so now what are the odds that the one I pick has Jebediah inside it already? We'll find out. Oh, good. I picked one that didn't have a Kerbal inside it. Okay, now let's see where we are. We gotta go. We're coming up over the top, so we need to go again. And there is Moho. Moho is lined up like that. So ideally, we want to be going upwards a little so that when we come up over the top and down like this, so we're going to do some of the alignment already. So I want to be firing this about here. That's when I want to make my maneuver. Oh. Go. Come on. Come on. Show me that. Thank you. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait. I'm going that backwards. Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Okay. No, I want to be going upwards and backwards, so we want to be doing it here. There, you see how I'm using this to put the inclination into my target orbit already, set as target. This is where it's going to get hard. Come on. Ah! Thank you. This is where it'd be nice to have some mods to like adjust orbits and stuff. Okay, so what's my relative inclination? That's actually a little too steep there. I don't need quite that level of inclination. So let's pick that up and move it backwards. And now I'll bet you it's... actually, that's not so bad. Now the only problem is that it's inside Moho's orbit, so I'm going to slow down a bit. Okay. Well... yeah, I just... no, you know what? I need to make an osculating orbit, which means I need to just touch that orbit there. So perhaps the way to go is instead... do this and then perform. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that my descending node hold on. If I come out of this, that puts my thing. Maybe I should wait until I'm there so that to actually perform the relevant place. Okay, so what I'm going to do, scratch this, is I'm going to let Mars, I'm going to let this go around the orbit just a little, right? And the reason is I want to get closer to the what do you call it? The nodes. I want to get closer to the ascending or descending node. So I'm going to take this and run it and watch as this comes around to about here. That's where I want it. And that way, when we come off, we should at least be... at least when we escape Duna, we should be in a position to align... I got to make sure these are aligned. That's where I want it. I want to make sure that I can perform the inclination change maneuver as close to my exit as possible so that I will be moving as slowly as possible relative to Duna, or as relative to Moho. I don't know how much time is left, if there's a time limit on this or what, but I'm going to fly this now and we're going to get out of here. What was there an actual time limit on this thing? Okay, let's just see. Yeah. Hadn't actually thought about that. Okay, yeah, first things first, I'm coming around. So I need to align myself going downwards. So I'm just going to perform an escape here, right? like that. That's my first goal. Oh, so I already have like a... That's decreasing. Good. Decreasing. Keep decreasing, no? Okay. 1.6 degrees. Oh, come on. Give me my... Damn it, it's so hard to... 1 point... Oh, 1 point... I think that's going up. The 2.1. Okay, so I gotta let it go down again. 1.6. Can I get it lower than that? 1 point... Okay, I'm gonna do that. That's my escape vector for now. We're gonna perform this burn. It doesn't matter too much. So there we go. We're gonna come up over the top. And now, when we're at the right position, we're just gonna burn downwards. We're not going to make our... We're just performing the inclination change maneuver here. That's what's going on at this point. Okay. And I'm just going to light up the engines because we're going to perform the accurate change later. And of course this is about as bad as it gets. Would I listen to all sorts of stuff when playing KSP. Actually, I don't listen to music when playing KSP because I'm trying to record vocals at the same time. Says it's going to take 9 minutes to perform this burn. That's fine because the node is 14 minutes away. And of course that's going to take time, so I need to use time acceleration here. So while this is happening, what's everyone else up to? Did anybody get to go to PAX or Games Developers Conference? Because it seemed like there was a lot of stuff going on last week. Oh, man. Yeah, I should have just, like, escaped this and then, yeah, that's the way to go. Hello, Scott in chat. The goat V-Whore. And other games. Sabaton, LP, Hue, Dead by Sunrise. What's Dead by Sunrise? I'd guess that's another zombie survival game. Let me guess, right? Zombie survival. Everybody's doing that. Yeah, Elite Dangerous. Have you tried any of the new ships? I was very happy that the beta let me try all these things. I think I could have probably done this thing in a lot less time if I'd really thought about what I was doing up front. But that's part of the fun. Sending node in 1.6. So we're starting to get close to our target here. Oh man, you're grinding out a Type 7. Oh. I have to say, I did like the Vulture. I like the way that I killed my target very, very quickly in my Vulture. I'd love to... Yeah, I hear the heat system has been really nicely rebalanced, and I've also heard like the ability to jury-rig damaged spacecraft and get them flying again really makes a big difference. Okay, and I'm going to slow down, and I think that's us. Just do that. That's pretty good. Now, gonna get into deep space. Say farewell. So this is just trying to get to Moho without completely sucking down too much fuel, right? So what I want to do is get there. And then simultaneously I want to correct for the inclination, right? So it tells me here 1.7. Oh, that's 2.1. Gotta go this direction. 0.4. Aha. 0.1. So the inclination change at Moho will absolutely suck down all your fuel if you let it. Doesn't really matter too much. Okay, that's us. That's about as close as I can reasonably get. Not a number. We have the Nan virus. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is going to be a really long burn. In fact, now I'm wondering, but the time that it takes to do this burn might actually be the constraining factor here. Because these little engines I'm using for efficiency reasons may not really work so well for me. Oh man, gotta think about this. Dare I fire up the big engine? Yes, let's not go to Moho. It's a boring place. 13 days. And of course, these are Kerbal 6-hour days. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, we're going to stop there. And we're going to enable this. We're going to tell it to point along the maneuver node. We're going to time accelerate. And I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to time accelerate again. There we go. That's close enough for me. Throttle up. It's going to say 35 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay. So we got this. I wonder if I fire this, if it'll help activate engine. Oh yeah, that cuts it down. But it does actually burn up fuel a lot faster. We gotta... This is just because we're starting to run short on time. I'm gonna shut down the engine, let these things finish it up themselves. Oh yeah, I've heard that it's entirely possible to get it working on Intel graphics. I know that. Okay, so now... That's us. Activate engines. There we go. So this is now when I start to worry about whether I'm going to have enough fuel to get to Moho and to Eve. Like, this could be a complete failure for me, basically. I mean, it implied... The way it sounded to me was I was supposed to do it in a single mission. How fast does this go? We're accelerating at about half a G. See, this is... Maybe I should have got the Poodle instead. If I unlocked the Poodle, then the Poodle would give me... you know, higher specific impulse. 370 is actually pretty good though, but specific impulse is hugely sensitive, you know? This is not a Reddit challenge, this was a challenge at PAX this year. At PAX East specifically. I don't know, I think I might. I'm starting to run low on fuel here. If I'd worked a little harder back on Kerbal, I could have perhaps got the nuclear engine. That might have worked. The nuclear engine like really helps because you get all this extra efficiency. Yeah, I'm really starting to run low in fuel here, and I think I'll maybe get like, you know, 2 kilometers per second out of this. But here's the thing, right? It's not just the weight, but it's the time that you take firing these engines. So I think my initial launcher needed to be bigger so that I would get myself into orbit using less fuel. Okay. It's 6. I'm gonna slow down now. Yeah, this is not looking good if you ask me, because I still need to get to Eve. I need to slow down at Moho, and I need to get to Eve. Okay, so that's that. Now we need to go, and we need to figure out where we can make a burn to encounter Moho. Maneuver. So, what that'll do... Okay. Oh, can't resume flight. Resume flight. Okay. Let's slow this down for just a second, because apparently it doesn't work very well when you try to adjust orbits. Okay. I thought that would help improve my encounter situation. No. No, apparently not. I'm actually too low now that I look at it. That's really causing an issue. I'm not going to have enough deltaV to do this. I know it for a fact. I know it for a fact. Okay, you know what? Let's come down and see how close I am, right? Look at him go. They're surprisingly close, but Moho is moving so much faster. Yeah, I may actually have to call it a night and say that I have failed. And, you know, of course that would be a tragedy, but I do actually have things to do and places to be. Yet not... Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna try slowing down. That's what I'm gonna do actually. So by performing a retrograde maneuver, it should at least move these things around just a bit. How do astronomers find the inclination of planets? Well, you basically have to keep taking pictures of the planets until you get their orbits figured out. There's a classic example of how you find the distance of Venus with respect to the Sun, for example, by its maximum elongation. Yeah, hold on. You know what? I'm just wondering. Add maneuver. Oh, look at that. Target position. So I just need to... Aha, there you see. If I just do this... That doesn't work. You see how they're getting closer together, but I can't... Closer still. And that's because we're gonna encounter it at... Actually, you know, I'm just gonna fly through that, and then I'm gonna make the relevant adjustments to my velocity. Okay. So now, again, let this thing happen. So I could at least get to Moho, but I think if I try to get into orbit there, I might end up stranded. It's partly because I have to have all these capsules attached to this. Like, I think that will give me at most 2 kilometers per second, maybe 2.5. And this is going to run out of fuel before I get there. Okay. Let's go around and see just how fast I encounter this. The Mamba, that's something that's missing. Crates and geckos. Yeah, we haven't had the crate. The crate used to be like everywhere in Elite, right? Okay. No, it does actually say that all 4 of them have to be in the same spacecraft, which is why I tried to do it with one big spacecraft rather than multiple small spacecraft. Pardon me. My PC is an i5 3570K overclocked, and I've got an AMD 7970 card. Of course I've seen those, but I haven't really seen those. I just know of them. I know who Bill Nye is. Because, you know, I'm astronomy and all that. Let's find out what I'm going to need to get captured. I think actually at this point I do have to get to bed. I thought I'd be able to do this in like an hour, to be honest. I read it was like, oh, how hard could it be? Sometimes you just overestimate your abilities and or underestimate your lack of time. Okay. Okay, for this one it doesn't matter how close I get, largely because there's no atmosphere. Okay, so here we go. Moving at 5 kilometers, so I need to kill 5 kilometers per second. And more importantly, I'm going to crash into the planet. So I need to go radial. How hard could it be? Yeah, I think I'm just going to call it quits tonight. I'm sorry, it's been an hour and 40 minutes. No, that wasn't really a debate. That was Ken Ham talking and not really addressing anything. And it wasn't even science versus religion. It was him just having a beef with evolution. He's a dickhead, I'm sorry. Oh, pardon me. Oh man, itchy, itchy. Well, at least we can fly by Moho really close. Look, there we go. Look at the beautiful planet. Say Donkles, wave to your friend. Okay. Yeah, I think I could have done that if I'd built my spacecraft higher. Yeah, I think I'm going to try this again. I'm going to think about how to optimize this, right? Yeah, it was a sermon versus a debate, like, and his arguments were just completely nonsensical, right? You know, and it is, there's a lot of really terrible arguments. Like, the argument you forever get is, hey, you know, where are the missing links between this one and this one? Because you don't have the intermediate forms, then evolution's a lie. And like, so we find an intermediate form, right? And then they're like, oh wait, now there's 2 places you don't have intermediate forms. Your theory's got worse. Yeah. I don't want to get into that kind of debate because, like, there's people that you know, they have good reasons to be who they are, and they shouldn't be criticized. They shouldn't be punished. Okay, I need to figure out how to get back to Earth, back to Kerbin. What I'm gonna need to do, I think, is this. Kerbin, set as target. So what I need to do is bring that there. Bingo. So if I get that node as close as possible, then I can adjust my encounter time. So at least I'll have enough fuel to get home. I think basically I needed to build a bigger rocket. That's what it comes down to. Okay. You know, I gotta say, you know, in the Renaissance times, in the past, you know, religion and science got on really, really well. Right? After the whole, like, Inquisition, right? It's got really well. They got on. Early Islamic scientists were very, very important as well. You know, you can't really overlook the religious patrons that spent a lot of money to investigate science because they thought it was the best way to study God was to study science. But something happened in Middle America where science became something to be feared rather than something to bring you closer to, you know, to God. And it's really unfortunate because I obviously like science. So, you know, I really want to be respectful of people that have these opinions, and I'd love to, you know, talk with them and explain what's wrong. And this is not even getting into, you know, problems with treating scripture as the only thing that makes sense, because there's a lot of inconsistencies and stuff which are generally exploited or used or cited, let's say, incorrectly. Anyway, never mind. I want everyone in the world to be happy and friendly with each other. I know, I'm just a little deluded, but never mind. Okay, that's us pretty close here. What do you think? We should be able to get back to Kerbin there. How much fuel do I have now? Getting low. So now, what I need to do is we're going to perform another burn when we're here. And that burn will be intended to adjust my orbits so that the next time we come around... Okay, will that work? That's not going to work. Okay, let's try that again. I got to change the synchronization to make sure that we actually come back at the right time. So what I can do, actually, I guess I can add maneuver there, right click on it, and then we can look for future encounters. There, nope. There, nope. So you see how we're moving backwards. Oh. And there, so in a few orbits time we can get close together. See, I'm here and they're there. Oh, the thing with you know, the creation stories in the Bible is there's actually more than one. So you get some very confusing stories, basically. And it's not that, you know, not to criticize, because it's a book that's been compiled via multiple levels of agreement, right? It's not because, like, you just have to appreciate that it was a document that evolved through time. And, you know, for example, some of the most famous stories, some of my favorite stories, weren't even in the book until the Middle Ages, right? You know, like the famous quote, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone," that comes from the Middle Ages. It was not in any of the older versions. Okay, I'm going to slow my orbit down a bit because I want to make sure that I encounter Kerbal sooner. Let's see if that works. So I'm going to do this add maneuver. 1, 2. Come on. This is just trying to get him home. God damn it. Come here. I just need you to see. 4, 5. Slowing me down a little more. You know, okay, we just got to time accelerate. Okay. It was ages. Oh. But anyway, yeah, like, that was added, and it's probably, it is a great thing. It's a great sentiment to include, and it was, you know, the way middle-aged scholars, you know, reconciled, you know, the Old Testament Wrath of God version with you know, Jesus being a cool guy that generally likes everyone and is quite forgiving of, you know, so that's how you clarified those things. But listen, this is not my forte, right? And I don't want people arguing over this. Like, don't, if there's anybody that's got their, you know, really I don't want to see any aggro over this. Let me be very clear. Okay, so we're gonna go. This is gonna take too much time here. Interesting reading. Wow, there's tons of reading. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's okay. You were killed. I was killed by a Heridian. At this point, we're not rescuing anyone. We're going home because otherwise Jebediah is going to get stuck in space. This is, I think, that part of the problem was that I was not bold enough when I started out. I should have had more stages on that initial rocket. Yeah, no, this needs to be shorter. Hold on. Maybe if I do this, retrograde. This thing seems to turn very strangely. Okay, let's try this. What I'm trying to do is speed up the encounter time. So by reducing the period, it means that we're gonna encounter it faster. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have enough boosters early on. That was really my fundamental problem. And once again, need to... Hold on. So this needs to go up, so I need to go down. This needs to go here. Get this closer to Kerbin's orbit again. X. Okay, that's me. Once again, I'm just going to let this thing run, and hopefully I will synchronize a little faster now that I've adjusted the orbit. I think it was a freak toaster accident. God, you know what's really starting to annoy me is the fact that I only have 100,000 times time acceleration. Yeah, I thought this was going to be so easy. I guess I deliberately went in blindfold and thought I would talk through it. Toasters are extremely dangerous. Yes. Come on. Come on. This is, well, I guess there'll be no video this will be the video posted tomorrow, unfortunately. Okay, so that'll be me. That'll be there at that time, and I'll be there at that time. Once again, try and add maneuver C. Oh, look, one orbit out. Hold on. So now, okay, so hold on. Okay, so if I then adjust, okay, so wait a second. I'm going to add this here. Hold on. Go around there. And now I'm going to set up this final encounter with Kerbin. So it needs to be slightly faster so that I get there in time. So first thing is will be to slow the orbit down. And then I need to accentuate this a bit to keep these nodes together. Oh. Bring them together. Oh, there, got my encounter. 237 meters per second. And then the question is just to make it touch exactly. Well, at least he went to Duna and rescued one of them, and I need a lot of I need a time machine because I have so much work to do. I've got a lot of day jobs and things like that. A DeLorean to spare. You can make time go faster. Oh. Okay. Yes, that's the plan. We're adjusting the time. It's all about synchronization, right? Okay, here we go. Come around. So that's 56,000. I'm going to have to get a little closer than that. This should be a really fast return to Kerbin, I have to say. It's entirely possible that they arrive and they splat through into the surface. The node is still 1 year away. That's crazy. It spends so much time out here slowing down. Yeah, the node is still like one whole orbit away. At least. In KSP multiplayer, there's lots of different modes for how time dilation works. Or not time dilation, time acceleration. Come on! At least I can quit this in 2 hours if I can get back to Kerbin. Just a quick 9-year mission. Yeah, I was not well equipped for this. I think... Ah, man. I think if I just tried a little harder, I could have made like a quick flyby of the moon and perhaps got a bit more science there. Getting the nuclear engines and either getting a multi-crew capsule, like the lander can, or a lighter one, just having a lighter spacecraft would be a huge advantage, right? At least pretty good in terms of performance, I have to say, if you set it on lower gravity. Star Citizen is just is designed for release in 3 or 4 years. I don't know, whatever. Like, they're designed for future hardware, so they're not under-speccing it. Okay. Okay, and slow down. We're gonna get this encounter, and we're gonna take them home. 1 day and 3 hours. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you know what? We're close enough here. Get yourself targeting that maneuver node, and then we'll make some fine adjustments. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe your dual R9, but here's the thing with Star Citizen, you've also got other things to deal with. You also need to be concerned about... oh, actually, it's terribly buggy with SLI right now, so dual cards have not been working too well. Okay. Fire the engine, get my burn in. I wonder if I'm going to run out of fuel in that stage. The only schedule I have is I'm trying to do Tuesday nights. Right? And Tuesday nights meaning like right now. So then whatever happens in the live stream may be incredibly boring. Oh, wow, look at that. Burn that out. We're on to the final backup engine. That was a good call, because I certainly didn't have enough deltaV to slow myself down at Moho. Yeah, definitely needed a bigger spacecraft. Okay, so now let's see where we are. We're about 52,000 meters. If I fire this, no, it's going to slow down. Let's just fire along the different options. So we have normal. What happens if I fire along the normal? That decreases it. Excellent. Let's just fire this until my periaps decreases. Oh, and then it stops. Now let's try radial and see what that does. So what I'm doing is I'm just firing along my 6 things and watching the periaps decrease. And as soon as it starts increasing, then we switch to the other mode. So this is like the lazy way if you've got enough deltaV of just like flicking through and optimizing. You're just guessing your way around and not having to fiddle with that UI. As helpful as it is, I think it may not work. Okay, so let's try retrograde now. This is so much more easy to fly now. There we go. And that. So now we'll do anti-normal. And see what happens. There, look at that. We're going to get this down and they're going to come back very, very quickly. Just the periaps decrease. This is horrifically inefficient doing it this way. But it does mean that we finish this a lot quicker. Oh, and that's us. Now let's try anti-radial. Okay. Oh, okay. Try radial. Flip around. Let that happen. I'm just trying to get my target approach down to... There! Excellent! Woohoo! We're on our way home again. I don't really have time to watch many other videos. Like, I either make videos or I watch videos, so I don't tend to watch videos. That's why I don't have time to really watch Professor Koo. In fact, I just realized I was supposed to be recording voiceovers for Nassau tonight, and I forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm so sorry I failed you all. I was so convinced I could do this. But Moho is tough. It needs a lot of deltaV to get there. I mean, I guess if I'd really been, working it right, I could have just gone to... I could have gone to Duna and Eve in one flight and then probably gone to Moho in the next. Okay, let's just make sure that we're doing this fine. Because as soon as I cross this, I'm pretty sure we will have a switch. There we go. And... okay, what's micro... oh, I'm coming straight down. Well, let's see what happens. And anti-radial. I'm going to make it point upwards here, so that there... where is it? I figured it would be there. That's not. Let's point this way. Retrograde, retrograde. That's what I want to point. These are... are these things... no, I do not have deadly re-entry. That would be suicidal, doing this with deadly re-entry. I hope I don't have deadly re-entry. Otherwise... yeah. Look how close this thing is. Are we ready for re-entry? What's the odds that I survive this? This is not any kind of mystical craft. This is one that's coming... look how fast this is moving. 7 kilometers per second. Anybody... yeah, this would not work in deadly re-entry, but in regular, it actually will work just fine. Time to blaze a trail. Look at how fast this is moving. Oh, wait. Oh, there, okay. It went glitch for a second there. You know what I should probably do is just fire my engines, because that'll reduce the mass of the spacecraft. But it's a little late now firing all those engines. Oh, man, look at the G's, look at the G's, look at the G's, look at the G's. Whoa! Yes! Well, we successfully slowed down. Man, no way deadly re-entry would have worked for that. I think if I had Ferrum Aerospace, I would have died for that. Because Ferrum would have been much more slippery and slowed me down. Everybody... Donkel's not so happy. It depends on what kind of shielding you've got. There we go. Well, 2 hours and I failed abysmally, so just goes to show, I'm sure there's people at PAX that did it in an hour, right? I'm sure they hit the right combination of awesome. Okay, there we go. Can we collect science while we're here? Yay! No, we've already got that. Wait! I thought we landed in the Highlands. Oh well, never mind. And with that, I gotta say bye. Farewell. Fly safe. You know, live long and prosper. It's all good. See you around.